Hey everybody, it's Coach Matt over here at Primal Athlete Training Center. Please excuse the stuffy nose. I've got this 24-hour thing that's going around. Answering a question today from Doug Roby. Now, Doug has asked a lot of questions before, and I love Doug's questions. Doug, it looks like, I'm not sure if Doug is an athlete or Doug is a coach, but he's asked some really great questions before. And today's question is about core training. Now, core training is one of those buzzwords in the fitness industry. And a lot of people consider core training one thing, a lot of people consider core training something totally different. So today, hopefully, we're going to talk about a little bit of core training, answer Doug's question, and help everybody out with regards to core training and what it actually is. So Doug says, Matt, how much core training should you do in a week for throwers? I read where you do them 5 days on and 2 days off. There are a lot of different core exercises a person can do. You have provided a lot of them. So how many different core exercises does one do a day? How many sets? How many reps? How many days per week? Need some perspective to keep me from overtraining my core. Thanks. Well, Doug, this one is for you. Now, core training, like I said, means a lot of things to a lot of different people. To a lot of people, core training simply means working your abs, doing isolation type, crunching type movements to work your abs, basically to get that six-pack that all the guys on the beach are looking for. But in reality, core training, when we talk about the core, I always have considered, and a lot of people in this industry have considered the core to basically be from your knees to your chest, or what one guy calls knees to your nipples. The center part of your body, the core of your body. If you think of your arms and your legs to make a giant X, where the middle of that X is, that is the core of your body. It's not just what you see in the front when you look in the mirror. It's also what you see from the back. So core training, we're talking about your, basically your stomach muscles. We're talking about your obliques and the muscles in the sides of the body, your middle and your lower back. We're also talking about your hips, your glutes, your quads, and your hamstrings. We're talking about the middle portion of your body. So when we talk about core training, that's what we talk about, is strengthening the core of your body, the middle of your body. Now, what we do here at Primal for core training is not isolate the abdomen. We'll never do crunches. We never flex the spine, do any type of crunching, any type of bending where we are flexing the spine and doing a crunching, a typical sit-up crunching style movement. We don't do any oblique type movements, any Russian twists. We're never twisting, we're never turning, we're never crunching the body. The reason for that is because as a thrower, when you throw, when do you ever throw and do this? When do you ever throw and do this or do this? Never. When you throw, you're on your feet. So I don't want my athletes lying down on the ground. When you throw, you're on your feet. Your posture is perfect every time. So when you throw, shoulders are back, stomach is tight, great posture, full extension with the body, with your legs, with your hips, with your butt, with your back, shoulders are back, full extension. What we do here for core training is lift weights. I know how that sounds because it doesn't directly isolate a certain body part. You're not doing, ab training. You're not doing oblique training. But core training is the ability, and what I teach here at Primal, and what a lot of other strength coaches teach as well, is that core training is the ability to keep your body rigid, to keep your body tight as you are lifting weight, picking things up and putting them down. So, to give you an example, if you play football and you're running up the field trying to tackle somebody, and you've got your eye on that person that's carrying that ball, you're running after him, and out of nowhere some guy comes and he's going to block you. You don't see him coming, but at the last minute you look, you're about to get that shoulder pad right underneath your chin, and all of a sudden, you brace yourself. You tighten up. All of the muscles in your body connect together, your stomach gets tight, and you brace for impact. That bracing for impact is one of the strongest things that your body can do. Everything is tight. Your body connects all those muscles. They start to work as one complete unit, and your body gets tight. When you lift weights, you want to do that as well. So when you do a push-up, your body is tight. You're never going to let your hips drop down to the ground. You're never going to pick your butt up in the air. When you do push-ups, your stomach is tight. Your back is tight. Your hips are up. Your glutes are squeezed. And you do push-ups. When you do pull-ups, and you're hanging from that bar, you're never loose. You don't just dangle there and try to pull yourself up. Everything is tight. So we want to keep our grip tight, which activates our forearms. Grip connects to the biceps. When you pull that back. Stomach is tight. Squeeze those glutes. Use your entire core to get yourself up over that bar. When you bench press, when you squat, when you clean, when you do snatches, when you do any compound movement, and even your isolation style movements, your specific strength movements with medicine balls, heavy and light shot puts, you are staying nice and tight. You are bracing yourself. So as you squat, hips, butt, stomach, everything is tight. You take in that breath and you brace yourself. So when you sit, you're sitting down in that squat position and you're standing back up. You're never going to be loose in the stomach. You're never just going to squat down and stand back up. That is proper core training. You can do your crunches and you can do, things like that. Machines, isolation type machines, weighted selectorized machines for your stomach and for your obliques that twist you around. But in reality, you're never going to be sitting down when you throw, so don't sit in ab machines or lower back machines. You're never going to be lying on the ground when you throw, so crunches really aren't the most functional thing to do as a thrower. You want to make sure that you stay tight, that you brace yourself through every lift, whether it's bench press, squat, pull-ups, push-ups, planks, clean and press, shoulder press. You want to stay nice and tight. How many of you ever seen anybody do a shoulder press like this? Never. Stomach is tight. Squeeze your butt together. Lower back is tight. Take that breath of air in. Hold that breath. Give yourself that platform to sit on. When you're a thrower and you're moving heavy weight here in the weight room, when you're throwing medicine balls out there on the field, when you're throwing heavy and light shot puts out there on the field, you keep yourself tight. That's all the core training that you need. Doesn't matter what kind of sets, doesn't matter what kind of reps, doesn't matter how many days you do it. If you keep that stomach nice and tight, if you brace your body every time you do that movement, if you stay nice and tight, nice and athletic with great posture, that's all the core training that you need. Doug, hopefully this answers your question. I hate that word core. That's why I kind of am so passionate about this, and you can probably tell from me talking about it. Isolating that core, isolating your stomach or your obliques doesn't really do a heck of a lot for yourself. Not as much as keeping yourself nice and tight throughout all of your athletic movements. End of a workout, you want to throw some crunches in there, you want to throw some leg raises in there, some planks in there, go right ahead. But the meat and the potatoes of your workout is going to be lifting heavy weight, keeping yourself braced as you do it. Guys, it's Coach Matt from Primal. Thank you to Doug for sending in that question. If you guys have questions, make sure you ask them here on the YouTube page. You can ask them at primalatc.com or become a fan of Primal Athlete Training Center on Facebook. Just click like. You can see all these videos. You can leave your questions on Facebook, and I get them right to my phone and get them answered here as soon as possible. Thanks.